How's it going, everybody? I hope this day is finding you blessed today. I am out here at my planting station, and I've been working on propagating some of my perennial greens. I've got some purple tree collard and some dino tree kale here, and I just want to show you how quick and easy it is, and most importantly, cost effective it is to propagate via cutting by using sand. And if you've went out and purchased some soil as of late, or even some of those those Jif little seedling starting cups and all that stuff, and you just see how expensive it is to germinate seeds and to get the medium needed to either do cuttings or to start seed. This method is more effective and it's free. It's completely free. Once you buy the sand and you buy the container, which in this case it's a dollar store oil container that I've drilled some holes in the bottom, put a little bit of screen so the sand won't go out when it's dry. And I can use this over and over again, year after year. This is probably going on 5 years now that I've been using this same container, and I can propagate via sand free of cost. So there's no cost. So once again, why go to the store and spend money on the starter cups and all that stuff when you can do it here? And it's more effective. Sand's a more effective starting media than soil or any of the other applications out there. In my opinion, I think that it's a more sterile application. And when you're starting rooting cuts like these, or even the seedlings, starting seeds, they don't need fertilizer. And so the soil is perfect for that application. And once they start rooting out, you can pull them out and then go ahead and individually pot them up in little planters. And from there, add fertilizer. If the soil's got fertilizer in it, so be it. But this is a more effective means. And with the perennial greens, I don't need any rooting hormone or anything along those lines. But it's a very effective propagation method that it doesn't seem like it's widely known or talked about. And I use it exclusively for doing my cuttings. 9 times out of 10, I'll use sand via soil. And I use it a lot of the times for starting seed as well. It's just a great media. It prohibits some of the little insects, like the little gnats and things of that nature. And it doesn't dry out as fast. When you wet it, the top inch will dry out, but the underlayment of the sand itself will remain wet. And so it's just an even, moist application. It's easier to keep it uniformly moist throughout the process, which is good. And then you can just easily, scrape back a little section and see if it needs water. So it seems like it's just a little easier to maintain that constant moisture level, and it works out well. And then so once you've noticed new growth and you give it a slight pull to see if you feel the resistance for the roots, I like to just use a common fork. I've got a dedicated fork, and I'll just go around just like a little hoary or a gardening shovel, go around it and dig it out. And so it's just that easy to do. And I'll usually space them, depending on how many I'm doing, every 2 inches or so, give or take. And I'll usually go in rows, and I'll put these little markers right in front of the row so I know exactly what's in that row. And that's especially important for doing similar styled or similar looking cuttings. Like I've got, 5 or 6 different varieties of mulberry here, and so every season I'll go ahead and start propagating out mulberry trees. And all the stems look very similar. It's just the leaves are different when they come out. But when I do cuttings in this time or late winter, they're all hibernating, so they're all deciduous and they don't have any leaves. So it's very critical to know exactly what you're doing and which plants it is that you're identifying within the rows. So just make sure you keep that in mind. But if it's an easily identifiable plant, such as these perennial greens, are all very different, so I can just easily determine which is which here. So I typically won't identify those, but it's still a good practice to do. So, but I just wanted to share this with you. You don't have to spend an arm and a leg to get cuttings going or to propagate seed. You can buy the place sand at the big box store for just, $3 or $4 a bag. And that would be plenty enough to do. One bag would probably do 2 of these oil containers. And so just get as many as you need. And then once you've got them, then you've got them and you don't ever have to spend that money again. So there is a little bit of upfront cost, but once you're done with that upfront cost, it's very cost effective. And so gardening does not have to be expensive, and you can use practices such as this to save money. And look at all the plants you'll be creating. So you can sell those plants, you can trade them, you can have them as barterable assets. And so this method would certainly pay you. I hope you have a great day today. Thanks for stopping in. I hope that your day is going well, and may the Lord bless you in all you do. Take care. Bye-bye. Before I let you go here, I just wanted to quickly show you the finished product here, how I've arranged them all within this pot or oil container with the sand. I've got 2 inches in between each row of cuttings, and then probably 2 or 3 inches in between each row. So I tried to fit as many in here as possible. I actually did find a merit collard was hiding from me out in the front part of my house, which is this guy right here. And so I was able to take a good couple stems. He was just laying on the ground. And so that warms my heart because I actually like that variety. It's got some really large stems to it. So I've got all 4 of them here, so I'm definitely going to make sure I do quite a few propagations. I did another video with me doing some seed starting in the sand, so I'll also put that up as well, and you can see how I go about doing it with the seed. So I've started some perennial greens with seed, and I've started quite a few via cutting, and I'll make sure I don't sell them all this time. So hope you have a blessed day once again. Take care. Bye-bye.